This is the Greg Bedard Patriots Podcast with Nick Cattles.
You know, May, we weren't really sure how he was going to react to it. This game was going to be imperfect, and at times it was going to be a slog. At times you're going to have to go, 3 runs or 2 runs and an incompletion and punt the ball away, and just have to deal with that and deal with pressure from Myles Garrett, and just keep on going and just have the discipline to understand that's what kind of game you're in, that it's probably going to be low scoring for a while. You just don't want to make the big mistake. It looked like maybe May did have the big mistake with the interception to Schlesinger. But the defense held. They missed the field goal. That was a big chance for the Browns to get up by a score. They blew it. I thought Drake Maye did really well. Like he easily could have gotten flustered, sped up with the pressure that was going on. Myles Garrett is just, he's not of the human race. He's something completely different. The Patriots tried a bunch of different things, to slow him down. Will Campbell, tried, but Myles Garrett is going to do Myles Garrett things. And that Drake Maye kept his head about him. I thought, his best sequence was the 26-yard run, and then he throws the touchdown to Booty on the next play with great patience in the pocket, great touch, just a perfect ball to Booty, that he was able to stay level-headed through all of that, I think was a big check mark for him to this point.
We didn't gush about Drake Maye enough. Is there anything particular today that you liked most about what he did turning it around in the third quarter?
We
almost glossed over it.
Drake Maye enough.
We didn't, because we just kind of gloss over it. He ends up with a 135 passer rating, 3 TDs, 280 yards. Statistically ends up being a good game, but it felt icky because they struggled in the first half. And so what are we missing here? I feel like we didn't talk about it enough.
I thought we talked about it plenty. We talked about how, he, sort of what I wrote today, what I wanted to see was Drake
8 of
Maye
8
being
in the
mature,
second half.
Yeah. He had a perfect passer rating in the third quarter. It was great. One of the scoring drives was set up by the Spillane interception. Some of it was, Josh McDaniels scheming stuff wide open, but, Drake was great. I mean, like I said, the most impressive thing to me about Drake Maye today is that he gets dropped 6 times. Myles Garrett. Now, I didn't like him trying to stiff arm Myles Garrett and, not throwing the ball away. And then whatever that slide was after his 28-yard gain, which he said even the guys on the sideline were making fun of him about, so it wasn't perfect, but you couldn't tell. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks. If Drake Maye, if Myles Garrett is in his ear hole every other play and dropping him, a lot of guys would get sped up. They would get flustered.
That's what I'm talking about.
He stayed even. Yeah. And I said that earlier.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm trying to assess in my mind is like, are we glossing over it because we're used to seeing it now, glossing over it? Or was it super impressive because it was the first time you had something like that happening, which is you got somebody in his face messing with him, throwing off his rhythm, and it didn't go to pieces, I guess, which is the best thing that you can say about it, for this game. So, yeah, it just feels like it was, it's another 283 touchdown sort of game for Drake Maye.